Can we use AI to fix the NFL's top 100 list? I just went and found every possible way to rank players, put it into the AI, and told it to give me a more accurate top 100 list. Or is the AI gonna be completely wrong and we gotta fix it with Mike's top 100 list? I'm gonna give you my top 100 at the end of the video so we can compare it to AI's and compare it to the real list and pick whose is the best. And watch along and think about your own top 100 list that you can comment at the end of the video. And you can follow along and comment any edits that we should make to this top 100 list. All right, let's look at the AI's list. I had it plug in Madden ratings, expert rankings, PFF grades, player rankings themselves, tweets from experts, tweets from insiders. I spent the whole day telling AI to do all these different checks before it made its top 100 list. So that way, when it made its top 100 list, it made some kind of sense. Now, there are still some big confusions with this list, but let's dig into it, starting with the 100th ranked player according to AI, and it has it down here as linebacker Levante David. I'm hyped to see one of the best linebackers ever still making the list at his age today, with other old men at this part of the list like Von Miller, Aaron Rodgers. Although I will say someone who does not belong here and who will go up in my rankings at the end of the video, Jared Goff definitely deserves to be higher than 96. Also, I think the Diggs brothers might be off of my list as they age and decline. I know Trevon Diggs has some crazy interception seasons, but we haven't seen it at that level from him consistently. I can see the AI put them together here. I don't know if they did it on purpose. To me, Brock Purdy and Deebo Samuel have done enough together to break the top 90. This is too low for those two as well. I know everyone's making fun of Fat Deebo because of all the training camp clips. I think Deebo's a great fit for Washington. I think he's going to have a good year. He's always been a thicker player. And how about this one? This might be the worst ranking of the list. Kyle Hamilton needs to go way above 87. He is ranked below Budda Baker at 82. AI puts Jared Verse, Trey Hendrickson, Baker Mayfield, and DK Metcalf in this range at 80. DK's up at 80. Again, I would have Baker Mayfield a little higher. I think Trey Hendrickson, the sack leader, deserves a higher spot than this. Jared Verse is probably about appropriately rated for a rookie. JC Horn, man, he has not been able to stay on the field. He has not been consistent enough to deserve a top 100 spot, in my opinion. If anything, in the bottom 10. I did put career projection into the robot, so maybe that it is taking that into account with this ranking. But to have Keenan Allen, even as a Keenan Allen fan, a Chargers fan, you guys know me, I would even put Keenan Allen way lower than this. I think he's gonna make my top 100. Hoping Keenan Allen comes back to the Chargers to prove he deserves the 70 spot. He's one spot behind Nick Bosa, who's in his prime right now. And I would still rank CMC way higher than 67 for what this guy's done in his career and what he probably still will do if he can get healthy again. It's ranking CMC like he's about to retire. I was impressed that it gave some of the youngsters and rookies credit, and that's why some of these veterans were bounced back in the list. Brock Bowers is rated really high. Brian Thomas is high. James Cook, Zay Flowers, McConkey. Creed Humphrey's only 26. Jahmyr Gibbs is 23 years old. Trent McDuffie made it in this part of the list. Trey McBride. They've got Malik Neighbors up at 47. He's the youngest player on this top 100 list. Love to see Derwin James here, my favorite player in the NFL right now. Right behind my guy, Justin Herbert, who they always tank in the rankings. My theory is that Herbert's not loud enough to get everyone's attention to say, hey, look at me. I'm a top 5 quarterback. So the players don't necessarily vote him as a top level quarterback or don't vote him as a player that they fear because he's too nice to them, literally, person to person after the game. But this is an appropriate spot for Herbert. You'll see him somewhere similar on my list, probably even higher. Unbiasedly, of course. I'm an unbiased content creator here. Rashawn Slater made it above Herbert on the list. That was kind of shocking. With Aiden Hutchinson, Devontae Adams, and Jaden Daniels. I think the highest rated rookie here, almost in the top 30. Congrats to Jaden if he makes it this high on the real list. But what makes no sense, and Cowboys fans, don't get on me for this. Brock Purdy is a similar level quarterback to Dak Prescott. They've had very similar careers, but Brock Purdy's taken his star-loaded team further in less time. To me, as a Dak Prescott fan, trust me, if you've been following my content, I've been a stan for Dak Prescott for years. He deserves a spot nowhere near this spot on the list. Yes, I'm putting Dak on my list. At the same place I'm putting Brock Purdy, though. They will be back-to-back. Spoilers. This part of the list specifically, 20 through 30 rankings where Dak lays, is stacked. He's as dominant player as Micah Parsons or Penei Sewell or CJ Stroud or Max Crosby. Dak Prescott is dominating football games in the same level that Fred Warner is. I don't know. AI. I don't know about this one. And with all that rookie talk, Kelsey still made the top 20 despite turning 36 this October. Retire, Kelsey. Please help us Chargers fans out. And the actual top 10 players according to AI starts with Trent Williams, the only offensive lineman. Then Joe Burrow, who's ranked his number 9. One spot behind his wide receiver, Jamar Chase. They both would probably be gritting their ass off if they got a spot in the NFL top 100 list, one spot behind Jay Jettis, who's at 7. But then immediately be pissed because then TJ Watt is ranked above all the LSU guys as well at 6. Lombardi Saquon deserves a top 5 spot. I love this. But Tyreek Hill, according to AI, is still ranked the best wide receiver in football. I didn't think Tyreek Hill deserves the number 1 spot last year. He does not deserve the top wide receiver spot. He's going to be outside the top 3 wide receivers in my rankings probably. And then the top 3 are all quarterbacks. We have Lamar Jackson at 3, who the AI robot is ranking behind Josh Allen. I'm not going to spoil this one because that is who the number 1 player in the league came down to for me between Lamar and Josh. So Josh Allen's at 2, and then the number 1 ranked player according to AI is, of course, I kind of hate that I wore red for this video. It's Patrick Mahomes. You can't argue too much with having Patrick Mahomes at 1, but there's definitely a shit ton of mistakes with this list. Here is the full top 100 names listed on the screen. According to AI, remember, this is not my list. We are about to go over my top 100 rankings right now. But first, if you've never met me before, hi, I'm NFLMike. If you've been watching the video this long, I know you're an NFL fan, and all NFL fans will love this channel, making daily NFL content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. Before you forget, I noticed 95% of the viewers watching my videos aren't subscribed. And then it helps me out, support my content by liking the video. It's completely free and takes 2 seconds. A lot quicker than the 6 hours it took me to fix the AI's rankings. I will say I use the AI list and I move things around, so there are some similarities, and I will adjust this more before I drop my final TikTok on the top 100 list closer to when the NFL drops their full list. But here we go. 101. I did this just for fun because Cooper DeJean did not make my top 100 list, but he was very close, so I'm ranking Cooper DeJean 101. But my 100th rated player is Giants tackle Andrew Thomas, and then 99 is where I put Keenan Allen. Like I said, appropriately a veteran that's proven himself, but is a little bit older. Hoping to show my unbiased here and give my honest opinions, and I think Jordan Love is the 98th best player in the NFL. I have safety Xavier McKinney at 97, and I'm gonna hold on to Aaron Rodgers' ranking here, get him into the top 100 at 96. Edge rusher Danielle Hunter is gonna skyrocket through these over the next couple of years. I have him just below Will Anderson at 95 and 94. Safety Jesse Bates, a veteran safety in the league, been a top 5 safety his entire career. He stays right here at 93. I put Brian Burns at 92. Brian Branch at 91. I'm gonna let Stephon Diggs stay on my list at 90, right behind George Pickens at 89. 88 is Christian Gonzalez, who did not make the AI's top 100 list, neither did Pickens. And at 87, we're going with Chris Olave. 86, another safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, who just got traded back to the Dolphins, makes the list. Jalen Johnson is my 85th ranked player. As much as I hate it, I'm gonna put Xavier Worthy on my list here. This guy is gonna be special, just unfortunately for a team that wears red. He's coming in at 84. James Cook is at 83. The Bills need to get him a contract. And here it is. I have Dak Prescott at 82 and Brock Purdy at 81. I wasn't lying when I said I put them back to back. Dak Bond just proved himself in the NFL in the middle of the field, so I put him next above those 2 quarterbacks. Won the Super Bowl, completely transformed the Eagles defense. He's at 80. First rookie on the list, right? Edge, Jared Verse at 79. I think that they had DK Metcalf at like 80. I have similar rated here at 78. Garrett Wilson 1 spot above him. And tackle Tristan Wirfs is my 76th rated player in the NFL. At 75, I have Ladd McConkey. Gotta show him some respect. But I put him below established wide receiver Terry McLaurin, who's demanding a contract also. 73 is Christian Darrisaw, with 72 being Brian Thomas Jr., a little bit better than Ladd, had a little bit better rookie season than Ladd, and a little bit more of a high-flying offense that was playing from behind more too. I'm just saying. You got to give guards some love, so I'm putting Atlanta Falcons guard Chris Lindstrom, who was on the QB doc just recently, behind Zay Flowers and Drake London, and Nico Collins, who are all drafted kind of in a similar spot in similar years. Baker Mayfield is one of the most underrated players players at this point in NFL history. I always doubted Baker before he got to the Bucs, but this man has become the quarterback that the Browns saw in him. And it took the long way, but man, I'm sure he's thankful to be in Tampa now. And also at this spot in the list at 67, I gave Brock Bowers his damn respect and put him at 66 behind Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie while we're doing it. And one of my favorite corners in the league already in such a short time, Quinyon Mitchell is a beast. And he is another man who is very responsible for the Eagles' Super Bowl run. I got him at 64. 63, another guard, Tyler Lindenbaum. And the old man, Cam Hayward, comes in here at 62. Trey McBride's my 61st ranked player with Jalen Ramsey at 60. Justin Simmons comes in at 59. And give me Sauce Gardner, who I think just got paid at 58. Quentin Nelson gets the 57th spot on my list behind a wide receiver run. I've got DJ Moore one slot below Devonta Smith. That was a very hard ranking to do though. Behind another tier of wide receivers where I think these two are really close. Young superstars like Puka Nacua, who I have at 54, absolute gamer. And another absolute gamer, Malik Neighbors, who I did not have in my top 50 like AI did. This is kind of closer to where Jared Goff falls in my rankings. I have him at 52. You could argue even higher, honestly. Jared Goff is like Baker Mayfield, becoming one of the more underrated quarterbacks we've seen. 51 is cornerback Derek Stingley. And the first player in my top 50 list, just to prove I'm not biased, is Josh Jacobs. I got Jordan Mailata here at 49 and Creed Humphrey at 48. I had no idea where to rank these guys, honestly. Tell me where I should have put them. T. Higgins comes in here at 47. Again, I used the AI list and I reorganized it a little bit, so T. Higgins in a similar spot. But someone who I moved way up on my list was Sexy Dexy. And we had to get Dexter Lawrence inside the top 50 at least. I put him one spot behind my guy and the Raiders' old guy, Khalil Mack, who's at 45, right next to another linebacker, Roquan Smith at 44. I still love me a Matt Stafford game, man. I'd like to squash the beef with Rams fans one day between Rams and Chargers fans, because low-key, the Rams got a lot of fun players that I would like to not hate against just because the Rams fans hate me. Kyle Hamilton's at 42 with Gibby at 41. Jahmyr Gibbs. Only one spot behind Bijan Robinson because I don't know which one's better yet. They have different skill sets, different roles in their offenses, and I think over time they will separate themselves. Right now, I'll take Bijan just narrowly over Gibbs. My guy Rashawn Slater is at this spot in the list. I'm not putting him above Herbie or above Derwin James, but he is an all-pro, solidified left tackle in this league. Top 5 left tackle, probably for his entire career. Devontae Adams comes in at 38 with another nasty player. Jalen Carter coming in at 37 behind Derwin James, my favorite player in the league. Of course, call me biased. I think he's the best safety in the league as well. I have him as the highest rated safety by a wide margin. Kyle Hamilton is very close. Derwin is Jalen Ramsey if Jalen Ramsey played safety the entire time. This is where I'm putting Nick Bosa. I don't know what the AI is doing, putting him all the way back at 69. That is crazy. And this is where I think I have my highest rated rookie. Jaden Daniels is coming in at 34. Amazing rookie season. I have him one spot below CJ Stroud. I do think that Jaden Daniels has a higher ceiling than CJ Stroud. I think he has a Lamar Jackson-like ceiling. But CJ Stroud has MVP potential in damn self, so I'm giving him the 33rd spot for what he's done as a young quarterback in the league already. Again, this AI robot hated on the 49ers in its list, so I have Christian McCaffrey at 31. I think this is 40 slots higher than the AI ranked him, and I have him one spot above George Kittle at 32. I got Jalen Hurts at 30. He's a hard quarterback to rank because they just won the Super Bowl, so you got to give him that kind of credit, but you also got to be real with yourself. You can't just ignore your eyes. Jalen Hurts is not a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. He's not a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. I would argue he's more in that Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield type of tier, but he won a Super Bowl, so I got to give him some respect here. I can't put rookie Jaden Daniels over him. Tell me where you guys would rank Jalen Hurts in this list. Is very hard. Aiden Hutchinson's at 29, and then another lineman, Lane Johnson, at 28. The sack leader last year does not deserve an outside the top 80 spot. I have him here at 27. Pay the man, Cincinnati. Jonathan Taylor is also becoming one of the most underrated players in the league. He's the 26th on my list with Quinnen Williams, another very underrated player at 25. I got Max Crosby at 24, but it makes me feel better because I immediately put Justin Herbert one slot above him at 23. A little bit of emotional hedging there. Mike Evans deserves a spot in the top 20, but I just couldn't squeeze him in. I have him at 22nd. Same thing with Kelsey. Probably deserves a spot right inside the top 20, 19, 18, 15. You can argue with me, but I'm putting him here at 21 because I just think Penei Sewell is going to be one of the best tackles we've seen for one of the better offenses in the league of this era. Fred Warner is one of the best linebackers when we talk about pass coverage and run defense. He does it all. overall. I have him here at 19, but then Amon-Ra St. Brown for similar reasons to Penei Sewell. His future is so bright. This is where I have Chris Jones at 17, similar to the AI, and then Tyreek Hill, 16th best player in the league right now. Micah Parsons is a top 15 player in the league right now without a contract, and so is Trent Williams, but I have him at 14th, not 10th. Derrick Henry is my 13th ranked player, with Pat Surtain, the reigning defensive player of the year, at 12th. We have AJ Brown at 11 and Joe Burrow at 10th. I do have Joe Burrow rated above Justin Herbert. Very similar level quarterbacks. You could argue Herbert over Burrow, and on another day I might. I got CeeDee Lamb at 9th behind Myles Garrett, who is not my highest rated defensive player either. Saquon Barkley is rated at 7. I think positional value hurts him just a little bit from that top 5 ranking the AI gave him. And the highest rated defensive player is my 6th rated player, TJ Watt. Same spot the AI had him. I also think TJ Watt is the best edge rusher, pure edge rusher in the NFL today. And this might surprise you, but my 5th rated player is John Cena. Just kidding. It's fucking Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. Which brings me to the top 4, where I have Jamar Chase as my 2nd highest rated wide receiver, just like the AI, only behind Justin Jefferson at 3rd. And my top 2 spots go to quarterbacks. At number 2, I am going with the 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson. And you can argue that Lamar Jackson put up MVP numbers again last year. Sit down and really just recollect your memory. All football that you've watched in your life. Think about the most unstoppable players of all time. Think about the guys that score no matter almost what. Think about the guys that the only way you stop them is if they make a mistake. Lamar Jackson is one of those guys, but Josh Allen is the definition of that guy. If Josh Allen plays a perfect game, he cannot lose. And I firmly believe that. Every game that he plays, whether it's against the Chiefs, whether it's against the Ravens, whether against the freaking Jaguars, every game is in Josh Allen's hands. He is that unstoppable. He is the most unstoppable player in the NFL today when we talk about what he can do down the field and his arm strength. What he does with his accuracy now, which has gone up every year, it feels like. His decision making is getting a lot better. More on my story, I think both these guys could be rated the #1 player in the league today, but Josh Allen is just simply more unstoppable. Again, if you're an NFL fan, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. It will support me so much in the algorithm and will tell me that I should make some more long form content like this. I will take some of these comments into account before I make the final TikTok submitting my top 100 at the end of the top 100 release. Will this list be more accurate than that top 100 list that the NFL's dropping? That the NFL players rated? I guess sooner rather than later, the top 100 list won't lie.
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic. With something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.